All right, very good. All right, so welcome. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Really appreciate it. What we're going to do today is this is literally just a check-in session. I want to make sure that everybody is on board, understands what's going on, is comfortable with things. So I'm going to try and keep my presentation fairly short. I have a few things that I want to go over, basically the itinerary of the day and a few other things to consider. And then I'm going to actually turn it over to you all for question and answer. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the main competition day is, again, Saturday, April 1st. And so we're going to do it basically all day long. So from 9 to 12, again, that's 9 a.m. to noon, that will be when we do the preliminary rounds, okay? And the way that the preliminary rounds are going to go is we're going to group you all, and you will go off to a certain room. You will pitch and present, and then while you're not doing the preliminary round, you're actually going to be setting up your trade show. I'll go over more of that here in just a little bit. 12 to 12:45, we'll have lunch. It's going to be free and provided for you all, being as we're going to be in the UC. It's actually going to be in the cafeteria, so we'll just give you all a card. You don't have to use your Flex Dollars or Eagle Card or whatever it is that you all pay for food. You all can just walk in, give them the card, and get whatever you want. More than likely, you'll actually have more time than 12 to 12:45, but you definitely have that downtime between 12 and 12:45 to eat. That is when the judges are actually going to deliberate. 1 to 2:30, we will have the trade show, and then from 3 to 5, we will have the main competition. So, with that said, let's talk about the actual morning portion. So again, from 9 to 12 is when we'll do the preliminary rounds, all right? So you will be divided into groups. We will handle that. We will let you know what group you are in. And then furthermore, we will let you know at what time you're going to present and in what room you're going to present. And it will all take place in the UC. We have the Noble Cody Executive Suite. We've got 342, 270, and 271. So we've got 4 different rooms. You'll go into a room. We're going to have student ambassadors on hand to help you with this. So they will come and get you and say, okay, group 2, come on up to Noble Cody Suite. You will present. Okay, so what you're going to do is you are going to present for 7 minutes max. All right, so you can have up to 7 minutes max. There will be a timekeeper in the room. They will call time at 7 minutes. We do this to keep it fair. That way every single person has 7 minutes to pitch. You do not have to pitch for a total of 7 minutes. You only can pitch up to 7 minutes, all right? Then you have a question and answer session, and that lasts for 5 minutes. So if you get done before 7 minutes, that does not increase the amount of time that you have for question and answer. You have a maximum of 7 minutes to pitch and a maximum of 5 minutes question and answer, regardless of how long you go. As soon as time is called, the timekeeper will call time. You have to stop right then and there, even if you're in the middle of a question. We do this to make everything fair. We also do this to make sure that the flow of the day goes correctly, okay? So, again, we'll assign your group, your rooms, and your times. We will have ambassadors that will help you. You'll also set up for the trade show during that time. So again, the trade show, you will have an 8-foot by 1.5-foot table with a black cloth on it. What you do with it is up to you all. Be creative. So this is a chance for the judges to walk around and talk with you. This is a chance for your fellow students to walk around. And we'd also love it if you invited your parents and your friends. So we'd love to see them out at the trade show as well. I promise you the trade show is going to be a great experience because this is very, very real life stuff, all right? So again, please be creative with the trade show. So again, we have 12 to 12:45, we have lunch. Again, it's free, and you can go in and get whatever you want. So it'll be very easy to do that. Now, at 12:45, you need to be at your booth, all right? Because we will open the doors for the trade show at 1 o'clock. So 12:45, proceed to your booth, be ready to go. We'll have a little motivational meeting right before we do that. We'll open the doors, and then the public's going to come in, and they're going to come and talk to you all. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So again, be creative. 8.5 by 1.5 foot table, which is your booth. And main important part is there will be no electricity. Yes, there are outlets in there. No, you cannot use them. So whatever you do, be creative. So if you need to bring in a power bank, if you need to bring in 2 fully charged laptops, whatever, that's fine. We just, for tripping and fire hazards, we cannot do electricity, okay? And again, the judges in the community will be present. Then, so at 2:30, we will close the doors for that, and everybody's going to proceed over to Derryberry. Derryberry is where we're going to have the main competition. We will have seating roped off for you all. You will sit in the front with your team, okay? So what we do is a notion of on deck, all right? So to make sure that this thing goes smoothly, what you'll do is the first team will proceed to the stage to get ready to present. The second team will, just like in baseball, be on deck. So you will proceed behind the stage and wait quietly for the first team to get done. So just like the preliminary rounds, you will again have 7 minutes to pitch and 5 minutes question and answer. You'll do the same presentation, everything's the same, okay? So once that team, whatever team is presenting is done, they proceed off the stage to the right. The other team will come in behind them. The team that's on deck comes in behind them, gets ready to present. They present, question and answer, they're done. They move off the stage. The next team that's on deck moves in. So it's just a giant circle. Does that make sense to everybody? We will have a meeting right before the competition on Friday, and we will go over this and we will actually rehearse this, okay? So like I said, we will rotate until done. Then once we're done pitching, the judges need a little bit of time to confer with each other, all right? So we're going to use that time to have a keynote speaker. We're going to have a female entrepreneur come and talk to us, and she is a massively successful entrepreneur here in Cookeville, so you're going to really enjoy hearing from her. We're going to keep her comments fairly short, so we've asked her to talk for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to have a quick 10-minute recess, so you can go to the restroom, get a drink of water, whatever. Once we come back in, the awards will be given out, okay? And I cannot tell you how much the awards are right now because we're still actively fundraising, but things are looking really, really good. So just know you all are going to be competing for literally thousands in awards. So awesome stuff, okay? Then finally, once the awards are done, that's it, okay? So we're going to give out the awards. We're going to do big old checks, and everybody's going to get their picture with the big checks. And so we'll have photograph time. And then once photograph time is over with, we'll all go over to the trade show and we'll break all that stuff down. Now, being as the trade show is in Tech Pride Room, we're able to lock everything. So if you have expensive computers and stuff like that, no worries, you can leave it in the room, it will be locked. Furthermore, police, campus police know what we're doing. They have all of our schedules and they are actively going to be watching out for stuff. So your stuff will be under lock and key. It will also be looked after by police. So you'll be fine. Once we get done with the competition, we'll go over the trade show, we'll break it down, and we have student ambassadors to help. Please continue to watch email, Facebook, Slack channel, whatever your choice is. We will continue to post updates, all right? So you've heard it here first. The stuff is likely not going to change very much, if anything, but if we do have any changes, we will let you know. But what we are going to do is we're going to continually send you all this stuff so that you know, so that you're ready, so that you're prepared, all right? So just continue to watch your emails, continue to watch Facebook. And that is pretty much the competition date, so let's talk about important dates, all right? So Thursday, March 23rd at 11:59 p.m. is the cutoff for you to submit your team document, AKA your business plan. Do not be late. Do not wait until 11:58 to upload it. Do not wait until 11:50 to upload it. Tech's internet can go down. Your internet at your apartment can go down. You can have trouble with the form. You want to make sure that you've got enough buffer time in there to make sure that you can upload your stuff, all right? You've got plenty of time to do that, so do not wait until the last minute, okay? As you can see, I don't know if I made it big enough or not, but as you can see, late submissions will be severely penalized. Don't wait to find out what that penalization is. You can still compete, but it will be very, very, very difficult, okay? So, with that said, we're not even going to get into the situation anyways, because why? Because y'all are going to turn it in well before 11:59, right? So, we currently, I have in this presentation, I have the links for you all to submit it. So you can submit it anytime that you want to up until then, all right? We will also put it on Facebook. Lamora sent it on email yesterday. She will continue to send those. And as soon as the editor comes back for Tech's website, I will update the homepage. I tried to do that before the presentation, but I couldn't get in. So it will be in numerous places, all right? think that's it for that. Oh, and it needs to be in PDF format. Okay, so your presentations will then be due a few days after that, okay? One thing that I did want to point out, it's actually Wednesday, March 29th. I had incorrectly stated before that it was going to be Thursday. It's Wednesday because we've got to be able to get those, and we have to have a couple days so that we can put them all together. Your presentations will be ready to go. When you go into the prelim room, your presentation will be ready to go, all right? When you go up, if you're a finalist and you go up on the stage, your presentation will be ready to go. We'll hand you a clicker, you do your thing, all right? So you don't have to worry about a thing. Now, to be able to do that, we have to have the presentations in Microsoft PowerPoint 2013. That is what the school's computers use. We will be using the school's computers to run the presentations, so please, Microsoft PowerPoint 2013. Now, another thing is, I'm a marketing major, I'm all about being creative, but when you are making your presentation, use system fonts only. Use default Windows fonts only. Do not go out and use a custom font because when you send it to me, I will be using the school's computers. They do not have custom fonts on them. Furthermore, I cannot install a custom font. They do not give us administrative privilege to do that, nor do I want to do that. So use system fonts only, okay? It would also be great if you could use the widescreen 16:9 format. That is the default. So whenever you go into PowerPoint and create a new presentation, 16:9 widescreen is the default. You can check that under the properties, but it can be a problem if we have 4:3 standard screen and then 16:9. It just makes it a little bit more easy to format everything. So just use the default widescreen format. Okay. Again, no custom fonts. And here's the deal with the presentations. We're not going to accept any that are late, period. So give yourself ample time. I will also have on there, I will have my email so that if you run into any problems, if there's some reason that maybe you've got a big presentation and it won't upload, you can email it to me and I will get it because I do not have a quota in my Tintech box, okay? But this one, because we're so time sensitive, just don't be late, all right? So, not to be negative, but that's what we got to do. So we're going to upload this. Lamora will have this up on the webpage later tonight. These are your links right here. So you've got one to submit the team document, which is your business plan, aka your model, and your team presentation. And we've got the dates there as well. Again, I will put those on the homepage as soon as I can log in. We'll also have them on Facebook. We'll also have them on Slack. Okay? And Lamora will continue to send them in the email. Two last things I want to say. Promote this to your friends. Please let everybody know that you're going to be competing. Please bring your family, bring your friends. This is a public event. It's free to everybody. Nobody needs to register. People want to come and see you all. Help people get the word out. Help us get the word out. There are 725 seats in Derryberry. There's going to be about 150 of us. So let's fill the entire auditorium. How awesome would that be? So I know it's going to happen just for the fact of how many people we're promoting to the public. As of right now, by the end of the week, we will have promoted to about 3,000 people. So we're pretty excited about that. Furthermore, really nice posters. Could you grab a poster for me? Really nice posters and flyers are going out. And we're also going to have our team of fellows and student workers handing flyers out too. So please tell all of your friends and your family about it. We also have a shareable Facebook event link. So if you go to, if you go to tintech.edu/competition, that will take you to the public page and there's a link to the Facebook event on there. So if you want, what would be great is if you took that and shared it on your all's own timelines, help us get the word out. It's already been shared 600 times. Let's get several thousand out of it. All right, so let's make this really a blowout event. So these are the posters that are being put up around town starting tomorrow. We're really excited about them. So again, this is very much a Shark Tank style event, and we're generating a lot of excitement about it. And we also have little flyers, mini posters, whatever you want to call them too. So pretty excited about that. If you need any of these, please let me know. I'm happy to provide those too. Yes, Charles?
I just want.
Oh, yeah. There you go. However many you need, just let us know. We got plenty. So finally, not to throw out too much stuff to you, but We have started a tradition where we bring all the competition students to Chattanooga following the competition. So this, after this competition, Friday, April 7th, we would love for you all to come on our Chattanooga trip. We charter a really nice bus. It's not a yellow school bus. It's a nice leather-seated, air-conditioned, or heated if it's cold, bus. And we go down to Chattanooga. We eat a free lunch, and then we tour the Chattanooga incubator. And there are a lot of really, really cool businesses down there. There are 3D printed shoe companies, or a 3D printed shoe company. There is a Tomahawk company. There's a whole lot of really cool stuff, all right? And you can actually interact with the entrepreneurs that are down there in the incubator. And it's a lot of fun. It's free for you all. Doesn't cost you a thing. The College of Business is providing the funds for that. And so try to make plans for that. Understood, a lot of you all probably have class on Friday, April 7th, but if you would like, I can talk to your teachers and we can probably work it out to where it's an excused absence because it is an important thing. And we'd love for you all to have the experiential opportunity. So with that said, let's turn it over to you all. What questions, comments, concerns, praise do you all have? Where are we at? Where are we feeling? Carolyn's like, stand here, the sun is in my face.
Oh, it's coming up through that window.
It's sort of
Getting out
diffused.
of it.
So for the business plan, all you want is the canvas, or are there any other documents?
Whatever it is that you think is going to match up with the rubric, to what you think is going to be the best for the judges. So if that's the model, that's fine. If it's the business plan, that's fine. But you need to be able to communicate to the judges that your business is viable, that you have customers, that you can sell this thing. Basically, you've got to be able to hit every point on the rubric. Okay? Does everybody have the rubric? Has everybody seen the rubric? All right, Steve, you have a comment.
Well, I was just going to say, perhaps, particularly Charles, I don't know, are you in the class this spring?
No, not this spring.
You're not. So, what we could offer to do too is if you wanted to get some feedback, I think we could share with Michael, or you could bring it to me.
Mm-hmm. And the SBDC is glad to help as well.
But I would say, the Canvas is terrific. It's packed with information, but I think you want to have, and I don't know what they're saying, but I would kind of look at about a 5 to 10 page document.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Where the Canvas is the center of it, but you go around, it's like a cover page, just kind of the big idea. Maybe
Okay, well, this
have
has
headings
an
and
engineering
things like
major.
that. Yeah.
Well, I know. So for
Disadvantage.
engineering majors, you probably would like a little help. So I would be thinking like a technical report, but more on for the reader being
Written for a technical report, written for a general.
Well, a technical report, right, is typically 5 to 10 pages. We have an executive summary, and then we go into the nuts and bolts and refer to things. Here,
Right.
this is a business report.
Right.
But it'll still have that format. 5, probably more than 10 pages is going to get long. Now, some of you may have a lot of facts and figures to reference.
And then that's why we don't put any stipulations
so, yeah,
on
you
it.
can bring 30 to 40 pages,
But
but
5 to
somebody's
10
going to
is-
read the key stuff.
good.
You ask yourself, what do I want the judges to read? They're going to read 5 to 10 pages, get supporting documents. Sure.
Right. Right. We have templates out on Facebook as well. I'll have Lamora repost them, but we have a business plan template out there, and that's a really nice one. And furthermore, what I would also recommend is you might want to go find a business student or an English student or a journalism student that can kind of help you with the writing. Because I'm a business student, I'm a marketing guy, I am not a writing guy, so I know that there is importance in finding those people that can assist you with those things.
When would the judges read the business plan?
That's a great question. I'm glad you brought that up. I did not add that, but make a note and I will add that to the presentation. We are going to, when you submit it, so what is the date that y'all are going to submit? The 23rd, right? So when you submit it on the 23rd, that's a Thursday night. I'm going to compile them all and I'm going to send them out to the judges on that Friday so they have an entire week to look at your business plans. That's why we need to get them early, is that gives them enough time. That gives them a weekend and a full work week to look at your plans. What other questions do we have? Tiago, what you've seen this from the administrative angle a couple times. What have I not covered? What do they need to know?
I think like as far as like the financial side is probably the part that confuses most of the teams.
Mm-hmm.
How extensive you guys have to be, how detailed. You don't have to spend like too much time on the financials, as in, if you make a projection for like 10 years, it's gonna be gambling. So, get your costs, like the most important information you can get on there is the cost for your operations, whatever products you're trying to come up with, and just to show the judges it's actually viable. And of course, like if you want to have like, a mock-up of a 5-year projection, of course, like by all means do it, but don't overspend time on that.
Yeah.
Instead of actually developing like, your presentation as what your product is, the features, what problem it solves, and, all the areas of BMC.
Yeah. 3 years is probably pretty good, I think. That's what most banks are looking at now. And furthermore, I mean, with our economy being as volatile as it is and the day and age that we're in, you just really don't know what's going to happen in 5 years. You just don't. But like Tiago said, just make sure that you're really conveying the point, you're conveying the sellability of it, and also that you put some thought into it. So for example, there's a lot of Shark Tank episodes, which by the way, I'm going to start posting good and bad Shark Tank episodes very soon. But there's a lot on there that they'll really kind of ding the entrepreneurs for, and they'll say, the entrepreneur will come in and be like, well, I've got about 30,000 in sales, but I expect to get to 10 million just this year. And it's like, you're not going to do that. How in the world is that, going to happen? So yeah, you need to be realistic. You need to look like you've put a significant amount of thought into it. Ashley?
So after we go through prelims, when will we find out if we've made it to the final?
That's a great question. So we will, sometime between 12 and 1 o'clock, or 12:45, we'll let you know. It'll probably be before then, but we are giving the judges enough time to be able to, one, run you all through all the prelims, give everybody the right amount of time, and then to deliberate and come up with it. But y'all will know before the trade show is the answer. Y'all excited? It's gonna be fun. Huh?
Terrified.
That's a good thing. Terrified is not a bad thing. It's good terrified, right? Okay, good. What other questions do we have? Yes.
With the prelims, will it be like last year where one room has 3 teams and they can only send like 2 to farm? I forget.
Right,
how
okay,
many-
all right, yeah, all right. So to give you a little backstory, if you weren't involved with it last year, so what we do is, sort of, is the answer. So what we've got is, we have 21 teams registered, which is a great thing, all right? So in order to be able to do 21 teams all in a 3-hour period, we've got to divide them up, okay? So we're going to divide them up into 3 groups this time, all right? So last time we had several groups. There were some issues where people felt like there were just some issues, right? So what we did is we have just made fewer groups now, and we've also, the new rubric that you all have certainly helps to kind of standardize things across the board, because last year, quite frankly, the rubric that we had was very complicated, it was very confusing, and it caused a few issues. So we have slimmed that down now, and it standardizes everything across the board, and we're not going to have the issues, and we also have fewer groups, so it'll be good to go. So yes.
But so like so many out of like the
Exactly.
one room.
And we're also, when judging is over with, we're also going to make absolutely sure that everybody's all on the same page about everything. So we should be good. And we may increase it to 4 if need be. So what other questions do we have? Y'all scared? Yes. There's no need to be scared, I promise. It's going to be one of the best experiences of your life, and it's going to be here before you know it. I know I've been saying that all semester. It's in like 2 weeks and a day now. You're going to get there. Prelim is going to be crazy. It's going to be organized crazy. Crazy meaning you're going to be setting up your trade show booth. You're going to be going and presenting. You're going to be thinking, did I do good? Did I not? You're going to find out, and then all of a sudden you're going to be on stage in front of 725 people. And then all of a sudden you're going to have awards, and then boom, it'll be over with. And it's like, it goes like that. And then the feeling that sets in once it's accomplished is like no other. So, and it's a really good experience too. Going up and talking to that many people is a good thing. Okay, so one other thing. Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, I was just giving you a thumbs up.
Oh, good. Well, I like the thumbs up. You know what? Actually, I'm not going to say it. Just know that Y'all are all going to do a good job. We are really, really excited to have y'all. Thank you so much for coming to our pop-ups. Thank you so much for your interest in the competition. Do your best job. Have fun with it. You'll get there, I promise. You need anything in between, you know how to get a hold of me. Go to the website, click on the contact, and go straight to me. But really the main thing is start promoting, get people out there. And we're also working, I don't have the details of it right now, but we're also working on some side awards. So right now it's looking like we're going to have an award for most creative / innovative. And we're also going to have an award for audience choice. So that's going to be fun too, and any team can win that. So that's why you want to make sure that you really show up at the trade show, because you may have an awesome, innovative idea that maybe you just didn't make it to the finalist rounds, but you can still actually win. You can still win an award. We're also going to have an award for best prototype as well. So we're excited about that too. So if you've got a prototype, make sure that you show it off appropriately at the trade show. And again, no electricity. Yes?
Is there a limit to how many awards you get?
Right, okay, so that's a great question. So right now, we are definitely going to have first, second, and third. There's a chance if we get enough money, we'll have fourth place, but we'll definitely have first through third. And then we'll also have those two awards as well. Though the two side awards, the innovation and also the prototype award, that could go to anybody. So you don't have to be a finalist to win those awards, or you could be a finalist, or one finalist could sweep everything. They could win first, they could win the prototype award, and they could win the most creative award. All right, so let me explain the judging on that. You will have 5 judges that are going to judge for the main competition. All right, so that's the first, second, third, possibly fourth. Okay. The innovative award and the prototype award, those are going to be judged by other people. Okay. Now they will have input by the main judges, but this is kind of a nice side thing that's been given to us. We have a very generous donor that is donating money, and his stipulation says that we have to involve faculty to help us judge those things. So those will be completely independent of each other, and I think that actually makes it a little bit more competitive as well. So hopefully that answers your question. So again, anybody can win one of the two of those awards. There can only be a first, second, and third, of course.
How much weight is the business model campus in determining like first, second, third? Like, what is the weight of the
Okay,
presentation?
so, okay, right, good question. So really what you need to pay attention to is the preliminaries is where your model canvas and your business plan comes into play, okay? So the preliminary judges are the ones that are actually going to review your business plans, and they're also going to hear your pitches. If you get selected as a finalist and you proceed to finalist, the main judges, they only hear your pitch, because at that point in time, the main judges are to assume that you've done good enough in your business plan that you can advance. So make sure that your pitch is good, and make sure that you have fully done your model canvas and fully understand your business idea and plan, because that will be evident in your 7-minute pitch. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question? So I would say it's all equally important to a certain degree, but the pitch is really, really where it kind of comes into play, because you've got to be able to communicate everything that's coming out of that model canvas and that plan to your prelim judges and your finalist judges, and of course on paper. I'm excited. This is going to be great. What else? And kudos for you all signing up for the I-Corps as well. I believe there's still time if anybody else is interested in it. Please come talk to me or Dr. Canfield about that, or Scott as well. What other questions do we have? Everybody feel comfortable with everything? All right, so remember, we've got basically 2 weeks at this point. You got about a week to finalize your business plan, make sure that it's turned in on time, make sure that your presentation is turned in on time, and be ready to go. So we're not going to have a pop-up next week, but the week after that, the 30th, the 2 days before the competition, we will have pitch practice night. And I will highly encourage you all to come to that. It will not be here. It will be are we still doing it over there? All right. stay tuned for the location. It'll either be here or it'll be at the Biz Foundry. Right now, we've got it scheduled at the Biz Foundry, but we'll communicate.